Hey there, welcome back to Time for Wellness podcast. We are well into the month of August, so welcome to August. And I don't know about you, but this time of year always feels like a season of transition. The kids are heading back to school, we got new routines, they're changing, vacations are winding down, and people are beginning to think about what's next. So for me, this season looks, a little different. I don't have any children going back to school. Where's my maraca? I need to get that out. They were all graduated, and after homeschooling for 15 plus years, my children are now young adults, and it's been such an awesome experience just watching them grow into the next stage of their life. And as a mom, I'm transitioning myself. But here's something that I didn't expect. When one season ends, another begins. So instead of asking, what do my kids need from me today? I've started asking myself, okay, what do I want the next chapter of my life to look like? So grab your smoothie or cup of tea and join the conversation. Let's go. So before we jump in, let me just say thank you for being here. Thank you for being on this journey for almost 7 years of podcasting. That's a lot to listen to this country voice, but I really appreciate you guys tuning in. So much so we have expanded, which, seemed like I was just talking to myself at one point. Then one subscriber joined and then more joined, and then one country, it was just one country or two countries. And now it's over 140 different countries / territories that people all around the world that have tuned in. So I don't know about you, when you think about travel, have you ever traveled to 140 plus countries? I haven't, but I am very interested in taking on that challenge. So I'm just super excited about that. And so I never imagined that when I hit record, that my podcast would be international. So I'm super excited, super grateful. Just having an opportunity to have a platform to be able to share what I learned, what started as conversations with Hicunni to how to be fit over 40, to now Time for Wellness, which is the overall brand. And so just super excited to be able to share more of that. So this brings me to the lesson that I've learned today and what I continue to learn. Sometimes the biggest opportunities show up after you decide to say yes. Not before, but after. So right now I'm going to pause because I am actually going live on TikTok, and I just wanted to give them a sneak peek of what's happening. But I'm going to turn that camera on because if they want to hear the rest of it, they'll have to tune in after 12 a.m. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in so far as I bring my intro to my podcast episode for Wednesday. So if you want to hear the rest of it, tune in to your favorite podcasting platform. It'll post 12 a.m. Until next time, bye for now. All right. So that's done. I've said goodbye to my actual TikTok page. I do have a TikTok. It's at Coach Keeney. And I'll tell you that TikTok it probably needs something extra. But it is very extra. It's a lot going on that. What it started as just like more fitness, and then it evolved to just posting more about I did a challenge, I think, one year, and then I took a long break, and then I challenged myself to go live every day for the month of June. And so I've just been showing up every day since June. So it's a little wacky. So if you like a little wacky, you can tune into that. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. So this is like one lesson that I want to share that's been so just life-changing and exciting to me. So I recently decided to show up consistently on YouTube. Yes, I've been doing like a lot of work. And so when I decided to show up consistently on YouTube, I know you guys have seen my instant post, my, automatic post of my actual podcast. But there's something else you may didn't realize. I actually have a different YouTube channel. I have another YouTube channel. So I wanted a space where I could document and just see what it looks like to really reinvent yourself in midlife. And not because I have everything figured out, but because I'm living it. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if I had time. So I wasn't sure if anyone would actually watch. When you are getting of age, things change. Things don't look the same. It's like, who wants to sit and watch someone aging talk about something? Especially someone like me, because I am all about just finding things as close to nature as possible. So I'm not into a lot of different, I guess, enhancements, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just you understand where I'm going, right? So I wasn't sure. And I wasn't sure if it was like, if it was really too late. I was wondering, is it too late for me? So maybe you've asked yourself the same questions. You don't have time, what people really watch, or if it's too late. So maybe also, maybe YouTube isn't for me. So whatever it is, if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, or maybe if you want to write a book, going back to school, starting a new business, changing careers, learning a new skill, or simply becoming the version of yourself you've been putting off for years. But I made a decision, and I wasn't going to wait until I felt completely ready. I was simply going to do the work. So I committed to showing up consistently day after day. I started this back in March. And little by little, some days I was like super excited, other days very discouraged and just didn't want to show my face, especially because it was puffy for some odd reason, midlife, if you understand that. But I kept going. I kept showing up, kept shining. And then something interesting happened, not because I was chasing the opportunities. An opportunity did come available. And it was because I was finally moving. I added some movement. I added some skin in the game. I've learned that momentum has a way of opening doors you can't see when you're standing still. Let's say that again. I've learned that momentum has a way of opening doors you can't see when you're standing still. And that has been one of the greatest gifts of this season of my life. My new YouTube channel is called the Midlife Time Traveler, and it's become a space where I'm documenting this journey of reinvention. It's not really about YouTube, it's about possibilities. It's about proving that midlife isn't the end of your story. It's not the ending. It's not the ending of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, and a chapter where you can finally have permission, give yourself permission to explore, to learn, to create, to become. It's all on you. You have the keys. Hmm. You have permission to become who you want to be. I think so many women spend decades taking care of everyone else. Then one day they wake up and ask, now what? Like, what do I do next? And if that's where you are today, I want to encourage you. You don't have to have the entire plan figured out. You don't need anyone else's permission. You don't have to wait until you're fearless. Sometimes all you need is a small yes. One class, one video, one application, one conversation, one step, one of something. Not all, but something. Because one small yes can completely change the direction of your life. So here's my question for you. What is something you've been waiting, or either something you've been wanting to do, but you've been telling yourself it's too late? Think about that. Hmm. What would happen if you gave yourself permission to try? Okay. Not to be perfect, just to begin. Not to be perfect, just to start, just to begin. What I would like for you to do is to think about this for 1 week. Okay. Just this week. And if you'd like to follow along as I continue through this journey of documenting my reinvention, you can go to the Midlife Time Traveler or at the Midlife Time Traveler on YouTube. I would love you to hit subscribe and just no judgment from you for you of anything I'm doing, but just come along beside me and just see what sparks. So I want to thank you again. This has been an interesting journey of podcasting, and people continue to download, people continue to show up, but more I got to check because I may have even more countries that have been added. So many people have been tuning in, and I'm so grateful for just the connections. You think about, and as I'm thinking about it, when you start something, sometimes you're like, is this going to even work? Do people even want to listen? Or do I want to listen to myself? you know? But if this episode has encouraged you, again, please subscribe to this podcast and share it with another person that needs this reminder that it's not too late to begin again. And then until next month, remember to tune in to at the Midlife Time Traveler. The YouTube channel is growing, and it's a great opportunity that has presented itself for me to learn even more how to grow my channel. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And it's all making myself available, just showing up, being seen. And because you never know who's watching. We always go for the negative of what people may say when we put ourselves out there. But what if somebody's just waiting for you to just put out a video, and then the next day you show up, you keep showing up, and then before you know it, an opportunity has presented itself. So you never know. So I encourage you to just keep going. Take this week, think about what was shared, and share it with someone else that might need this. And I'll see you next time. Time for Wellness Podcast. Until next time, while you have the day, make the most of today. Bye for now.